everyone. It's Chaz from Board Game Geek here, and I'm joined by Nikki, and we are going to be talking about Maple Games' Dragon Boats. So tell me, what's going on and what's this all about?
What is your what? Okay, first components. This is one of our kind of got the factory to try it out, see if it works.
That is so neat.
So those of you that know the Kickstarter, here's one of what we're working on.
So, wow, is that just like paper folded in certain ways?
It's all paper folded, and they cut it out just to see if it was going to look the way we wanted it to look and do what it was supposed to do.
It's like they even got the indentations
together. Well, this actually comes out.
Oh.
I don't know. I think it's going to be glued for the game.
Okay.
So there are 4 of them. I only put out 2.
Okay.
The whole idea of the game is you are on this central island. There's been war, and the war's finally calmed down.
Okay.
And now you are going to start going out and trying to get farmland going and
kind of reconstruct
goods and reconstruct.
Excellent.
On the other islands outside of the main island.
Okay.
It is a bidding game.
Ooh. All right.
So these are the goods you are going to be bidding for. That is the first phase of the game. There are 5 phases. Yeah.
All right.
So, and this is also part of the bidding, but it's different.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And 5.
Okay. Okay.
So what happens, I only pulled out a couple discs. These little dudes are your farmers.
Okay.
They serve a different purpose. You're going to have a player board. So you have a track of your money.
Okay. Oh. All right.
And you first put one of your markers on one of these 5 areas of this dragon boat.
Okay.
All right? These don't really count for anything.
Okay, just the central ones.
These are the rounds of the game.
Okay.
So when you're playing with less people, you're going to take out
makes sense.
a card based on number of players.
Okay.
What you're doing at the beginning is, if I'm blue, I need my starting supplies. So I'm going to decide that I want these starting supplies. So I'm going to put my thing on here, and pink's going to be like, yeah, I want this stuff.
Okay.
All right. You get 5 of these discs at the beginning of the game.
Okay.
You're going to use up one of them to get some starting things. You're not going to get this back until you hit that round of the game.
Okay.
So I, as blue, will not get my 5th disc back until the 4th round of the game.
And I notice the later rounds, the more resources you get.
The more wonderful things I get.
So I got to choose that balance of having my disc or having my resources.
Right.
Okay.
So the next thing I do is I grab my starting resources. So I'm going to get 3 randomly drawn from a bag of resources that look like these, but I'm going to be blindly drawing them from a bag.
Okay.
And I'll put them on the side of my player board. They don't need to go in storage, not yet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to up my coin marker to 4 coins.
Okay.
So I've got starting of 4.
Okay.
And then I'm going to grab one of these cards.
Okay.
That's actually the back, and then this is actually the front. So now I've got like these 3 rice things for myself too, and I'm going to get a treasure, which is 3 of these treasures right here.
Oh, look at that.
Fantastic. So now I'm set up for the first turn.
All right.
The first phase is going to be the bidding. So whoever goes first, they're simply going to choose what they want. I'm going to go here.
All right.
And then orange is going to go here, and then pink says, hey, I want that same stuff.
Oh.
All right?
Okay.
Pink, being on top, is going to get to choose one of these 3 goods.
All right.
And has to pay 2 coins. You figure out how much people owe based on how tall the stack of
So that would be orange paying 3
markers.
coins?
Orange would have to pay 3 coins to be able to choose first, and they are only choosing 1.
All right, so I get the first choice, but it's more expensive.
Yes.
All right.
So orange takes that, and then they take their thing away. And then pink says, okay, I have to pay 2, and I want this. and then blue gets what's left over for free.
Okay. So is it always if there's one disc, it's always free?
Yes. So then I'd have these things in my store as well as what I had started with.
Okay.
Everyone's going to settle this up. If someone had chosen down here, this is an interesting spot. What you do is you're going to pay 2 goods to get one of the rice cards.
Okay.
And, oops, I didn't do this. and also, you can pay one of these special treasures to either choose one of the face-up cards or a blind draw.
Oh, okay.
And these do things like end game scoring.
Okay.
A permanent effect like this one here.
Okay.
And you're doing all of this buying so that you can pay to get onto a boat.
All right.
I'm just going to put, again, prototype, doesn't quite fit.
All right.
All of these boats are going to have these different things on here.
Okay, so they'll have a lot of different slots and different. Okay.
So to get onto the boat, to be in either of these 2 positions, the front or the back, I have to have this stone and a ruby thing. So I pay that good to get my farmer meeple onto the boat.
All right, that's the price of admission to get on the boat.
Yeah, and then orange will do the same. The center is actually 1 cheap. So I could choose to either pay the stone or the ruby to be in the middle. It's a less desirable position to be on a boat, I assume.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it.
The person at the head of the boat is going to choose the direction. Which island the boat will land on. As you see, there's 2 dotted lines.
Yes.
So the person, you could have gotten on here and been like, ha. And then the person at the head of the boat decides, well, we're going to go to this island instead of this island because I know you wanted to go to that island, and this island's better for me.
Okay.
So you're stuck going to maybe an island you don't want to.
Okay.
If these are beats per minute, if there are 2 boats loaded up and ready to go, the one that has the faster or higher beats per minute.
Is that the guy on the drum?
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right? Because they're roaring away.
To the beats.
So these dudes are going to roll faster than these guys.
They got a techno drummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beep, beep. I don't think they have that, though.
Oh, okay. Maybe expansion.
A beatbox. No. All right. So I put all my goods hexes on the main island, but if we had this all full.
Okay.
All right. The person clearly at the head of the boat is going to get off first. They pay 3 goods. They can move 1, 2, 3 spaces down the road.
I see. Okay.
If they want to pay a 4th good, they now have the choice of either landing on this hex area or this hex area because both these areas touch that white area, and they pick up the good for what they landed on. So you're also going to up your money track, and then you're going to take this good. Now I've got a little piggy, and these are my points values that I'm going to get at the end of the game.
But that makes sense. So you're bidding to get the resources which you'll get used to buy your spot on the boat, which you'll go over here to get the farmland.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing how it all ties together here.
You can choose to leave your farmer here, and he will be a point at the end of the game, or you can have him go back. When you reset, the boat goes back to the main island. It doesn't just stay floating there. And then what you're doing is you're collecting these sets of animals and goods and various things, and there's a whole breakdown of points.
Okay, so the tiles that you're collecting once you finally get to the island, that's what's going to generate your victory points at the end?
Yes.
Okay, so you got to go into bid, get your boat out there, and go collect your victory points.
And go and get farmers out there.
Okay, so it all ties together very nicely.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So when is this going to be hitting Kickstarter and retail?
It's a Kickstarter already.
Okay.
It's once it gets into the Kickstarter's hands, 98%, and then after that we start letting it go into retail.
Makes sense.
But I don't
Cool.
have a month exactly.
Okay. Is there a vague timeline, like
vague
like
timeline.
later this year or
Yes.
mid next? Okay. Cool. All right, that works for me.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Nikki, for showing us dragon boats, and thanks for watching. And we'll have more info for you coming up real soon.